The purpose of this session to help everyone get an insight on the said topic, that is the Union Budget 2022. For this, I would request our Principal Sir, Dr. Harish Dubey Sir, to welcome our expert resource person, Shri Chandrakant Phadke Sir. Sir, please welcome.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Respected Speaker of the Day, CA CD Phadke sir, a renowned chartered accountant of Kalyan City, the former Vice Principal of BK Birla College, a favorite teacher among the students. Sir is one of the very few chartered accountants of Kalyan City when there were hardly one or two chartered accountant in the Kalyan. Since then, sir is chartered accountant. Now I think under sir's guidance, more than 500 chartered accountants must have been produced in Kalyan and nearby area. And this session, which is an analysis over the budget 2022, it is actually a brainchild of CACD Phadke sir himself when he was here as a faculty for accounts before vice principal also. Since then, sir has started this kind of activity at BK Birla College, which is autonomous college now. And sir initiated this kind of activity at college because many times we listen to the budget on television, but what is actually the budget is, what are the different aspects of budget, what budget actually means, and what are the different analytical point of that budget. And myself and Phadke sir, we were discussing here just now that the night college has also grown to a very significant number. And sir, to your knowledge, let me tell you, the majority of the students are commerce students only. Out of 750 students, 762 students, more than 500 students are commerce students only. So that is why I thought that this kind of sessions is most important for our children, for our students, and therefore I requested Phadke sir to please spare some time for our students, and I'm very thankful that sir has accepted our invitation and sir himself is amongst us today. So on behalf of the management, director, my personal behalf, on behalf of all my faculty members and all students, I extend a warm welcome to you, sir, for joining us today. And I'm sure after listening to you, all of our students will get enlightened. And budget, I think it is also part of their economics, business economics, and also the part of their regular curriculum. So all of them will be benefited out of this session, which is going to be. And I myself have been student of Phadke sir, and I have listened to Phadke sir so many times. Sir speaks very informal way. You will like listening to him, and that is why we have requested Phadke sir to be here. And I am not going to take much time today because I want the maximum time should be given to Phadke sir, and I request all of you not to leave in between because this kind of session you will not find in your lifetime. So once again, on behalf of all of us, I request Phadke sir to take over this session. But before that, I would like Lavina madam to please introduce, or Aarti or Anita madam to please introduce our today's chief guest. Lavina madam, please.
Thank you, sir. It's my honor and privilege to introduce such an eminent personality such as Chandrakant Phadke sir. Sir has been an associate professor of accountancy for more than 33 years and is a former vice principal commerce at BK Birla College. Sir has completed various orientations and refresher programs for career advancement and has also acted as a resource person in faculty improvement programs while working in college. Sir has been the head of Department of Accountancy and has also acted as a director of Alkesh Dinesh Modi Institute of Management Studies at the University of Mumbai. Presently, Sir is a director of Sarvodaya Investment Consultancy Company Private Limited and Sarvodaya Solar Private Limited, And sir is also the proprietor of Measures C.D. Phatke and Company, Chartered Accountants, Kalyan. Sir is a secretary, Birla College Alumni Association, a member of Consumer Guidance Society of India, a member of Giants International Federation, IC Kalyan. Sir has acted as a management representative for ISO certification 9001 BKBC Kalyan. Sir has also acted as a subject expert in selection panel of lecturers as well as a committee member of local inquiry committee for colleges. Sir has worked in various committees at university, college and at ICAI WIRC Mumbai and has acted as a member IQAC, exam committee, unfair means committee, career counseling to mention a few. Sir has acted as a coordinator of Kalyan CPE Study Circle of ICAI during 2012 to 2017. Sir has also written a book on basic accounting and auditing and has co-authored a book, Advanced Financial Management, for MCOM students. Sir has attended as well as acted as a coordinator, member of organizing committee of many seminars, workshops, conferences at state, national and international level and have published and presented papers therein. Sir has also delivered lectures and speeches on a variety of topics like bookkeeping, auditing, taxation, financial and management accounting, e-commerce, time and stress management, and many more. Sir has a passion for writing articles in newspapers, magazines, and journals. The list of Phatke sir's achievements is a long, long one, and it is not possible to sum it up in a few minutes. But I have tried and have above the few of the many feats which are achieved by Phatke sir. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing us. Over to you, Anita madam.
Thank you, Lavina ma'am. Now I would request Sri Chandrakant Phatke sir to start with today's session.
Good evening to all. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are
Yes,
audible.
sir.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
So, respected Chairman, Governing Council, our Director Education, BK Birla College, Principal of Day College, Avinash Patil, Principal Knight College, Harish Sir, and all faculty members, vice principals, head of departments, other teaching and non-teaching staff, and most important, my dear students. Sir has told me that this session has been kept mainly for the students. So I will come to your level and deal with the concept, contents, and criticism of the budget 2022-23. So once again, I welcome you all and have a patience listening for 45-50 minutes. And if time permit, then we will have question and answer session of 10-15 minutes after that. Now, when we start any of the session like this public meeting or special talk, we should remember all our gurus by calling them Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo, Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Guruve Sarve Mana. Now, by inviting all gurus and taking their blessings, we will start this auspicious session on budget 22-23. Now, all of you are aware that India is celebrating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. And India at 75 is looking towards India at 100. Viewpoint of that, our Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharamanji has presented this particular budget on 1st February 2022 at morning 11 o'clock. Some of you might have listened live 11 up to 12:30, 1 o'clock. She was continuously delivering a speech in relation to the contents of budget. And budget is so important aspect that before 1 or 2 months of the budget and after 1 or 2 months of the budget, everywhere in India, the scenario goes that what the budget is, which are the contents of budget, and how budget is going to affect
poorest of the poor person in India and the richest of the rich in the country. Now some background is required. In introductory we will see that in India the first budget was presented pre-independence in 1860. 1860 मध्ये इंडियाचं पहिलं बजेट प्रेझेंट केलं गेलं प्री इंडिपेंडन्स and post independence the first budget was presented on 26 November 1947. 26/11/1947 ला पहिलं इंडिपेंडंट इंडियाचं बजेट प्रेझेंट केलं गेलं. Now clause 112 of the constitution insists that the budget should be prepared every year. It should be presented in both the houses of the parliament, lower as well as upper. Then consent of the president is also required after completing this budget session. And once the seal of the president is put on the budget, it becomes a formal document. And according to that particular document, throughout the year, the process of financials gets started in this democratic country like India. So therefore, with this brief background that 1860 first budget was there, then after independence, 26 November, the budget was presented. Clauses of constitution 112 to 120, most of these are dealing with government income, government expenditure, budget and presentation. And therefore budget is a very important thing. Now something you should know about how earlier budgets used to be there and how the present budget is given by the Honorable Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Earlier we used to have two different budgets. One of railway that used to be 1 or 2 days before the other than railway budget. So we used to segregate the functions, railway on the one side, railway, post and allied, and main other departments on the other side. So railway budget used to be different. Now we have merged it, railway and other than railway all together we present on 1st of February every year. Earlier we used to have a lot of economic jargons. लोकांना लवकर समजून यायचं नाही की खर्च कुठल्या पद्धतीचे आहेत, जमा कुठल्या पद्धतीचे आहेत, प्लॅन्ड अनप्लॅन्ड वगैरे ते फक्त एक्सपर्ट इकॉनॉमिस्टच समजू शकतात अशा भाषेमध्ये बजेट दिलं जायचं. बजेट यूज टू बी व्हेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स कंटेंट्स, बट नाउ टेकिंग इनटू कन्सिडरेशन द compatibility of the our budget with the other international countries budgets, other countries budget, we have reduced to only capital and revenue. So budget in nutshell contains capital receipts, capital expenditure, revenue receipts and revenue expenditure. And the total receipts on one side we match with the total expenditure on the other side. Whenever the expenditure is greater than receipts, it is called as a deficit budget. And most of the students and listeners may be aware that 99% of the cases, developing countries, they always present a deficit budget because it is good for macro development, infrastructure development, growth, all the exports. Taking into consideration the huge requirement of financials of the country, most of the time expenditure is always greater than income. But when we set our family budget, it should not happen like this. It is a advice to dear students that suppose you earn 10,000 rupees a month, then you should have your family budget expenditure side not more than 9,000, 9,500, at the most 9,999. At least save 1 rupee out of 10,000 rupees in our day-to-day family budget. But whole as a country as such, always we used to have a deficit budget. Now usually when we were students at that time also, we used to ask to our teacher what is the meaning and how the money is made up of this particular deficit. That if 10,000 rupees I want to spend and collection is only 8,000, 2,000 deficit is there, from where it comes? Then there is a easy pattern that you knock the door of Reserve Bank of India and borrow more money. And Reserve Bank of India also suppose doesn't have sufficient money to pump in the economy, then naturally they will start printing the notes and circulate in the country. Note such होने चाहिए, झूठे नोट नहीं चलते. So they will start printing the notes and circulating in the economy. Or if there are sufficient balance, then government will borrow by paying interest, remember, from Reserve Bank of India. and the whole budget expenditure is set up. Again, earlier budget used to be in the evening. बरेचसे बजेट असे म्हटली जायचे की ती आधी फॉरेन कंट्रीमध्ये दिसली पाहिजे, नंतर आपल्याला दिसली तरी चालतील, म्हणून बजेटचा टायमिंग नेहमी संध्याकाळी 6चा असायचा. बट नाउ लास्ट नियरली 6-7 years we observe that budget is always presented in morning. It starts at 11 o'clock and ends by 2 p.m. Then budget, being a big event of the country, used to be in a very big briefcase. The finance minister used to carry a big briefcase along with number of reporters, ministers, their MPs, MLAs and all, and it used to be a very big drama. But now this finance minister, they carry a folder, and now this year it has been in paperless form, that is in tab form, and used to have a eco-friendly folder. Eco-friendly folder is used for carrying the budget, and now most of the budget is presented on the basis of tab, because they know young generation is quite habituated to look the budget, read the budget, listen the budget, understand the budget more better way by mobile, laptop, computer, rather than in hard copy form. So even among the members of parliament, first budget is circulated in electronic form, and later it is given in paper form, those who desire to have. So this is in general the background of the budget is concerned. Now if we come directly to current year's budget, then you will not understand the thing what the budget means. Therefore, at least 1 or 2 minutes we will spend on process and purposes of budget. Process and purposes of budget. Budget process starts, we want to present the budget in February, but our process of preparing the budget starts somewhere in October. फेब्रुवारी 2022 ला जर प्रेझेंट पब्लिश करायचं, बजेट प्रेझेंट करायचं असेल तर त्याची सुरुवात ऑक्टोबर 2021 पासूनच झालेली असते. सो व्हाय इट इज सो? बिकॉज इट इज a number of people are involved in this. Government calls the meeting of all the departments. Department heads, they come together along with their proposals that how much they have already spent of the last year's budget, what was the budgeted amount of the last year, what was the actual amount spent till today, what was their program to spend it up to 31st of March, and after 31st March for next year, how much money they would need. All the factors are taken together, and therefore in number of times when we deliver a speech on budget, we tell to the students that first is budgeted figures, then there are revised budgeted figures, then there are actual amounts spent and received, actuals are there, and after considering the 3 facts of the last year, budgeted, revised estimates and actual, current year budget could be systematically be planned. And only preparation of budget is not the role of the finance minister. To see that it gets properly implemented, that is more important, rather than only prepare on one side the receipt, other side the payment. Now many times we feel that when such a simple thing is there, on one side see how much amount is coming in, others is you think that how much amount is going out, then it is a very simple exercise, but it is not so. Why? Because government has to take the consent of most of the ministries, Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Finance, Ministry of Health, Ministry of Infrastructure, Ministry of Education, all together they come, they give their proposals, and then the process of preparation of budget starts. It is also not sufficient. The finance minister and her team has to take into confidence the industrialist, the agriculturist, the trade union leaders, the brokers, the stock exchanges, the big institutions in the country like Reserve Bank of India and FICCI and Institute of Chartered Accountant, Institute of Company Secretary, all their feedback is taken that how they perceive this particular budget, what they expect from the particular budget, and then process of preparation of budget finally gets started. So all stakeholders are taken into confidence before preparing the budget. Now, what are the purposes of this budget? This is in short the process I have told, though it is lengthy. 1 hour it may take to explain in detail what is the process of preparation of the budget. But in nutshell, I have told you that call the meeting of all department heads, take their proposals, compare with last year's budgeted figures, revise estimated figures, actual figures, and then doing plus and minus and the exact requirements of that particular department, you prepare the budget for the subsequent period. So what are the purposes of the budget? Then purposes are n number of purposes are there. The most important purpose of this particular budget is to do the assessment of financial position of the country. Do the assessment of financial position of the country. As a family, you do assessment of your family finances by going through your banks, collecting the passbook entries, assessing the sources of income, assessing the amount likely to be spent in 1 or 2 months time, and accordingly you do your financials assessment of your family. Similarly, country as a whole has to get it assessed that from which are the sources by which we will get the revenue and which are the ways, effective ways we should spend that particular money. And therefore, this is a assessment of financial position. All principles of management gets incorporated in this study of budget. For example, various different levels of principles of management, that is control is required, planning is required, forecasting is required, decision taking is required, staffing is required, control and coordination is required, and then result ultimately that makes a lot of difference as far as this whole process of budget is concerned. So all principles of management, contents of management are effectively used while preparing this particular budget. Usually budget is focused by management by objective. First you set the objective, set some target, and taking into consideration the particular budget should have been prepared. But since 1947 up to 1991, we had never prepared the budget keeping some goals in mind. No, at that time different goals might have been there, we were not aware of, but in general what we observed as a study of the budget, earlier budgets were presented without any specific theme or concept. But this particular budget of 2022-23 is a theme based budget, concept based budget. And what is the concept? As all of you are knowing well, Gati Shakti. Gati Shakti concept is used that 7 different engines of the economy will get activated simultaneously, and they will think both the aspects of the control of the economy. On one side, the growth of the economy, and on the other side, the inflation. ग्रोथ एका बाजूला असला पाहिजे आणि महागाई कमीत कमी राहिली पाहिजे. या 2 स्तरावरती नेहमी बजेटचा जास्त अभ्यास केला जातो. ऑन वन साइड our economic growth, as all of you are knowing well, that 22-23 growth we are projecting 8.5%. Last year growth 9.2%. 21-22 we are projecting up to 31st of March. Though there is some variation between the growth perception of the Reserve Bank of India, IMF, and other agencies which are giving their opinion about the growth prospects of the economy by 31st March 22 and 31st March 23. But our finance minister hoping that 22-23 our budget growth forecast will be in the range of 8.5%, and last year 21-22 the projection is there of 9.2%. So with that factor keeping in mind of the growth, and what about the inflation? महागाई किती वाढली पाहिजे, त्याच्यावरती काय निर्बंध असायला पाहिजे की नको? As a student also you will say that when I was in KG I used to get a vada pav at 3 rupees. स्टुडंट ना पण माहिती आहे इकॉनॉमी कशी चालते ते जेव्हा केजी स्टँडर्ड मध्ये होते तेव्हा 3 रुपयामध्ये किंवा 1 रुपयामध्ये वडापाव मिळत होता. तोच वडापाव आता तुम्ही बीकॉम किंवा इनकॉमला शिकत असाल तेव्हा 25-30 रुपयाच्या खाली मिळत नाही. ऑब्विसली द ग्रेड अँड एव्हरीथिंग दॅट इज डिफरंट, बट ऑन अन ॲव्हरेज 3 रुपयाला जो वडापाव मिळायचा त्याची किंमत आता जर 30 रुपये झाली असेल तर किती पट महागाई वाढली याचा अंदाज तुम्हाला येतो. तर तो एक फॅक्टर महत्वाचा या बजेटमध्ये नेहमी घेतला जातो. सो बजेट हॅज 2 buttons. वन इज ग्रोथ, हाऊ फास्ट वी विल रन during the financial year 22-23, and second, how much inflation will be there in the country taking into account the deficit financing and the other international pressures, considering our exports are comparatively less and imports are more, then what would be our perception about the inflation in the country? So inflation target is usually 4% plus and minus 2%. Minus never happens, plus is possible. So 4 plus 2, that is 6%. साधारणतः 6% महागाई आपण गृहीत धरलेली असते की 100 रुपयाची किंमत वर्षाच्या शेवटी 106 रुपये झाली पाहिजे. जो बँकेचा फिक्स डिपॉझिटचा दर आहे त्या प्रमाणामध्ये महागाई साधारणतः वाढत जाते. सो रियल इन्कम in the pocket of the citizen is zero considering the inflation. Therefore, people say that you don't invest in bank FD deposit or keep money idle in bank, but you go for stock market, mutual fund, gold, real estate and so on. That is a different part of story. Harish sir will organize one separate lecture how to manage the assets. Correct? But these two factors, growth and inflation, they are the key parameters of any of the budget, and this finance minister has studied thoroughly well and prepare this particular budget which is falling in line with the expected growth which she desires and all of us desire for, and inflation target which she and we all are desirous of. Now naturally when we say about the budget, that Gati Shakti, that later also we will come across taking the advantages of the budget. But when we go for the, so here we stop with the process and purposes of the budget. So purposes are plenty. First, for government budget is prepared, then state budgets are prepared, then corporation budgets are prepared, then family budgets we prepare, then institutional level budgets are prepared. Even you should be aware of the fact that Birla College is also preparing its own budget, and see that the income and expenditure is following in line, and accordingly the amount is getting spent on infrastructure, amenities, facilities which are given to the student and so on. So budget is not required only to profit making organization and only to government, but even for NGOs, non-government organizations, trusts and association, the budget is required. And after preparing the budget, taking into consideration our past experiences and future expectation, we should start spending on the particular year. So hence the concept of budget is broad based and number of purposes are there. Every ministry is looking how much amount they got sanctioned from the finance minister, how much they are spending, how much will be in balance. एकदा का बजेट मध्ये काही युटिलायझेशन झालं नाही की तो फंड संपला, परत तुम्हाला वापरायची संधी मिळत नाही. दुसऱ्या वर्षी नवीन बजेट होतं, नवीन प्रोसेस चालू होते. फॉर एक्झाम्पल, या वर्षी तुम्ही फॅमिली बजेटमध्ये ठरवलं की 10,000 रुपये हेल्थ करता ठेवलेले आहेत, पण सुदैवाने कोणाला काही आजार झाला नाही आणि 10,000 रुपये तसेच तुमचे शिल्लक राहिले, तर ते 10,000 रुपये तुम्ही पुढच्या वर्षी खर्च करू शकत नाही. पुढच्या वर्षी तुम्ही म्हणू शकता की पुढच्या वर्षीचं बजेट आपण कमी करू, कारण सगळे सुदृढ आहेत, कोणाला काही आजार वगैरे होत नाही, तर आपण 10,000चं बजेट ते 2,000 वरती आणू. दॅट पॉसिबिलिटी इज देअर. बट वन्स द बजेटेड अमाउंट इज नॉट स्पेंड, it gets exhausted. Again, it is not repeated or subsequently added in the next year's budget. That point you remember. Now, when we think about the budget at macro level of a country, we should think something about the past. And past means distant past. मोदी गव्हर्नमेंट 2014 मध्ये निवडून आलं. 2014च्या वेळची परिस्थिती कशी होती? बऱ्याच वेळेला तुम्ही जेव्हा शाळांमध्ये शिकत असाल, तुम्हाला काय परिस्थिती जास्त जाणीव नसेल. त्यानंतर रिसेंट पास्ट म्हणजे 2-3 वर्ष, आता मोदीचे दुसरं पंचवार्षिक हे वर्ष चालू आहे. पहिले 5 वर्ष त्यांनी सक्सेसफुली कंप्लीट केले, 2014 ते 2019. आता 2019 ते 2024 ते पुढचे 5 वर्ष पण आपण एनडीए गव्हर्नमेंटला निवडून दिलेलं आहे. तर त्या दृष्टीने प्लॅनिंग बघितलं पाहिजे. सो डिस्टंट पास्ट प्रायर टू 2014 or near to 2014, immediate past means 2014 to 2019, then present and the future. All that gets connected by this particular budget document. Hence, it plays a very significant role in framing the government policies. Distant past, immediate past, present and future all get connected by way of this particular document, and hence it plays a very significant role. So 2014ला जेव्हा यूपीए गव्हर्नमेंट होतं, ते गेल्यानंतर एनडीए गव्हर्नमेंट आलं, तेव्हाची परिस्थिती काय होती तर सगळ्यांना माहिती आहे. पीपल यूज टू कॉल दॅट पर्टिक्युलर गव्हर्नमेंट ॲज ए घोटाळे की सरकार. बरेच स्कॅम्स त्या पिरियडमध्ये समोर आले की जेणेकरून लोकांना वाटलं की आता हे सरकार काही व्यवस्थित काम करत नाही, तर आपण दुसरं सरकार निवडून देऊ. घोटाळे की सरकार. त्यावेळची कन्सेप्ट होती पॉलिसी पॅरालिसिस. पॉलिसी पॅरालिसिस म्हणजे डिसिजन टेकिंग एवढं वीक झालं देशातलं की कोणी डिसिजन घेण्याकरता पुढे यायला तयार नाही. दे आर यूज टू बी 2 power centers, or you may say at 3 power center. One president obviously, other prime minister, and third president of the particular party. So when 2 or 3 different power centers are there, it becomes difficult to take the decision, and that situation was there in 2013-14. Then again, the scams, they were not of the level of 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 or 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh rupees, but they were in the range of 5,000 crores, 10,000 crores, and so on. For example, to name the few, 2G telecom scam was quite famous. You can go on Google and search what are the repercussions of that particular 2G scam. Then Colgate, even the sports like Commonwealth game scam was quite popular at that time. Then Augusta Western scam, that was also a few crores of rupees. Coal mining scam. So all these scams, people fed up at that time, and therefore they shifted from one government to another government. Again, when our earlier Honorable Finance Minister Mr. Arun Jaitley used to tell that by giving freebies in the budget, you cannot win the election, and that has been proved in the budget of 2014. जब गवर्नमेंट जाने लगती है तभी ज्यादा लोगों को फैसिलिटीज देते जाती है, सब्सिडी बढ़ाते जाती है, डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट गरीब लोगों को देने की सुविधा की जाती है, लेकिन उससे इलेक्शन जीत सकते हैं क्या नहीं जीत सकते हैं. तो एक ने कंक्लूड किया है कि ऐसे फ्रीबीज डिस्ट्रीब्यूट करते जाएंगे तो भी गारंटी नहीं रहती है कि आप इलेक्शन में जीत जाएंगे. जैसे अभी पास स्टेट में इलेक्शन चल रहे हैं तो गवर्नमेंट ने बहुत शायद फ्रीबीज दिए रहेंगे, हम ये सुविधा देंगे, वो देंगे, इतने पैसे इसके लिए, उतने पैसे उसके लिए. इसका जरूरी मतलब ये नहीं है कि वो गवर्नमेंट चुन के ही आएगी. देन अगेन वी यूज्ड टू कॉल क्रोनी कैपिटलिज्म is another concept which used to be got popular at that time. Crony capitalism means we are supporting only capitalist economy and not taking care of the poorest of the poor person and middle class people of the country. So crony capitalism, corruption, then power that is inadequate decision taking, policy paralysis, all these were the factors which removed the earlier government and brought this new government into picture. Now this government started with the slogans. सगळ्यांना स्लोगन माहिती है. मोदी गवर्नमेंट ने आते आते ही क्या चालू किया? स्लोगन देना लोगों को चालू किया. काम बाद में करेंगे, पहले स्लोगन सुनो. Correct. So which were the most popular slogans? That minimum government, maximum governance. कम से कम गवर्नमेंट रखे, हम ज्यादा से ज्यादा सुविधा और व्यवस्थापन अच्छी तरह देश का करेंगे. ये उनका एक बहुत बढ़िया स्लोगन था. मिनिमम government, maximum governance. But afterward, how he was compelled to take more and more ministries, and all of you are knowing well, and you have to assess as a citizen of the country whether that particular slogan has been aptly applied last 5 years and the current 5 years which are in progress. Another thing he told, sabka saath, sabka vikas. Correct, that is another slogan. और सबका विश्वास जोड़ लिया, सबका प्रयास जोड़ लिया, और जो भी हम करेंगे वो सबको साथ मिलके करेंगे, ये कंसेप्ट थी. लेकिन अपने रिपोर्टर, न्यूज़पेपर्स वगैरह जो भी क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं कि दो इट इज सेड दैट सबका साथ सबका विकास, इट यू हैव टू एज ए सिटीजन जज whether it is coming into reality or not coming into reality, or still there is a scope for improvement to this particular type of government. सबका साथ सबका विकास. और एक बहुत बढ़िया स्लोगन लाया उन्होंने, न खाऊंगा न खाने दूंगा. करेक्ट, ना तो मैं खाऊंगा, करप्शन जीरो, वी ब्रॉट टू ब्रिंग इट डाउन. ब्लैक मनी जीरो, वी वांट टू ब्रिंग इट डाउन इन द कंट्री. एंड ना तो दूसरे को करने दूंगा कि जिस तरह से घोटाले बढ़ते जाएंगे, ब्लैक मनी बढ़ती जाएगी, करप्शन बढ़ते जाएगा, ये सब नहीं होने के लिए उन्होंने शपथ ली है. और वो शपथ के अनुसार वो आगे का आगे का प्रवास करते जा रहे हैं, ये एक अप्रिसिएबल साइन है। बहुत से इंटरनेशनल इकोनॉमिस्ट भी इंडिया को प्रेज कर रहे हैं। Many international economists are praising India. Why? Because India, first time in the history, you may say, after a long time, got such a leader who has some dedication, determination, and desire to do something good for the country. And that is his and his team's achievement, which is getting reflected in this particular budget also. And therefore, I have to take the reference of this. Now, when this particular government came, they come out with number of schemes, and the most common schemes earlier, just rapidly I am referring to, not going in detail. All of you are knowing JAM, J-A-M. What is the full form of JAM? Anybody knows? J for Jandan, A for Aadhaar, and M for mobile. If three things, त्रिसूत्री अगर किसी के पास रहेगी तो जिंदगी में कभी हार नहीं मानेगा, ऐसा एक कंसेप्ट आ गया है. Those who are having bank account, those who are having Aadhaar, and those who carry mobile, they will continuously go on in life without any interruption. That particular environment is getting created in the country. Then all of you are knowing well Ujala scheme. Ujala scheme was quite popular. More than 36 crore 78 lakh LED bulbs have been distributed by this particular government between 2014 to 2022. In 7-year plan, more than 36 crores LED bulb to save and conserve energy have been distributed at concessional rate or free throughout the economy. So that Ujala scheme. Har ghar ghar mein bijli, that is the slogan. Then Ujwala scheme, that concessional rate, the cylinders have been distributed, gas connections have been given. So Ujala scheme, Ujwala scheme, 8,000 crores were spent on Ujwala scheme. Gas subsidy was given. 5 crores families, they got gas connections at concessional rate or free in some areas, and that saves the people from diseases like TB, cough and cold, and so on. So smoke bina aap rasoi bana sakte hai. So that was the intention of the government while launching this Ujwala scheme. DBT, all of you are knowing well. Some students, those who are getting the scholarship, earlier lot of hurdles were there. You have to knock the door of the cashier at least 10 times. You have to ask whether my scholarship came or not, when it will come, how much it will come, all these things. But now because of direct benefit transfer, you have to open the account, give your account and cancel check to the college, and the whatever grant or subsidy you are getting, it is directly credited to your bank account. So it reduces all the hurdles in between, and if 100 rupees is sanctioned at Delhi, you get 100 rupees in Kalyan. Earlier, what was the position? If the 100 rupees are sanctioned by way of grant, donation, etc. at Delhi, we used to get only 10 rupees in Kalyan. But now because of this DBT, direct benefit transfer, our industrialists, our agriculturists, our dear students, our poor people, they get whatever benefits they are entitled for, whether it is related to health, whether it is related to agricultural crop produce, whether it is related to education scholarships, they directly get credited to their account. It saves their time as well as cost, and whatever energy they conserve, they can use it in effective manner for other purposes. Direct benefit transfer. Then voluntary surrender of subsidies. Many people came forward and surrender their subsidies. Even I was one amongst them. I refused to get the gas subsidy while giving consent to the gas agency, and I got a very good letter from the Ministry of Petroleum also, that we appreciate your efforts by not taking any subsidy from the government as far as gas subsidy is concerned. Then abolition of clause 370 and 35A. Then Ram Mandir. Then Notebandi of November 2016. सबको पता है कि 1000 रुपए की नोट एक रात में कैंसिल कर दी गई और आपको कितनी परेशानी हुई थी. लेकिन वो परेशानी के बावजूद economists are appreciating this particular movement. And why? if the question is asked as a commerce student to you, you should appreciate that by this way or the other way, the money came into formal channel through bank. आधी काय असायचं, लोक कॅश घरामध्ये पाईल करून ठेवायचे, त्याचा वापर करायचे नाही, ब्लॅक होते म्हणून. पण नोटबंदीमुळे काय झालं, एक विशिष्ट मुदतीमध्ये लोकांना हजार रुपये पण बँकेत भरायची अनुमती दिली गेली. त्याच्या अगेन्स्ट दुसऱ्या करन्सी नोट दिल्या गेल्या. त्यामुळे जेवढी काय त्यांच्या घरामध्ये करन्सी होती, आता आपल्या मुद्दा नाही इथे ब्लॅक काय व्हाईट आहे वगैरे, पण जी काय करन्सी होती त्यांनी बँकेमध्ये भरली. त्या दृष्टीने आपल्या देशाला फायदा झाला. सगळी करन्सी देशाच्या फॉर्मल चॅनलमध्ये आली आणि त्यातून आपले व्यवहार सुरू झाले. सो इन November 16 नोटबंदी वॉज देअर. देन GST वॉज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड 1st July 17. Then digital payment, government is making popular. One rank, one pension for military was announced by this particular government. 7th pay was a dream for our government staff people, central and state, but it was effectively implemented from 1st January 2016. The government came into power on May 2014, and by January 16, the 7th pay was announced to all the state and central government employees. It was one of the achievements of this particular government. One nation, one ration card was made popular because of this corona. Then privatization of Air India is of recent origin. Disinvestment of 2 banks and 1 insurance company has already been announced, and all that you are getting reflected in this budget statement also. Mudra loan for micro, small and medium enterprises. Mudra loan, you approach any of the bank, show your project. If the project is viable up to 5 lakh rupees, the loan is getting disbursed by the particular bank to the needy businessman, micro, small or medium enterprises. So all these were the past, not directly related to budget, but they find space in budget. Some fund allocation is also there for these various schemes already I had mentioned in this particular budget. Now what is the present and expected future? That also having link with past. आत्मनिर्भर भारत, आत्मनिर्भर बनाने के लिए आपको एक्सपोर्ट में बढ़ावा देना पड़ेगा, इंपोर्ट्स कम करने पड़ेंगे. So viewpoint of that also, number of steps have been taken in this particular budget to make the Bharat independent without making much more dependence on the other country, and that we can exhibit provided we import less and export more. That is one of the signals which will give to the international players, other countries in the world, that India is also not less than China, not less than Germany, US and France, but we are equally competent to manufacture any product in the country and having the capability to export it to the other countries in the world. So Atmanirbhar, Make in India is another initiative started by this government. Now this particular government has one more important announcement is made, and it is likely to get implemented by 2024. That is हर घर नल से जल, हर घर नल से जल, हर घर में पानी. It is a simple concept. It is very sorry to say that after 75 years of independence also, we do not have this basic necessities satisfied by the poorest or the poor person in the country, that is electricity and water. But this government is taking care of all these things. 3 important things: electricity, water and health. If these 3 things are getting sorted at all layers of the population of the country, then you will find that they get lot of multiplier effects, and whatever energy they save, effectiveness they show, that could be utilized for other purposes in the most desirable manner. So that is the object of हर घर नल से जल के लिए 60,000 करोड़ रुपए की प्रोविजन ये बजट में की गई है. कितने? 1-2 हजार नहीं, 60,000 करोड़, 60,000 crores will be spent for Har Ghar Nal Se Jal. Otherwise, we see just you go away from Kalyan, there are water problems. If you just go from Ambeli and Titwala side, there are power problems. So if this is the situation, then how much spending we need on this basic infrastructure like power, water, roads and health, that you will get understood. Then production linked incentive scheme, 19,500 crores are reserved for production linked incentive scheme in this particular budget. 19,500 रुपये जे कोणी जास्त इच्छुक मॅन्युफॅक्चरर आहेत, चांगले प्रोड्युसर आहेत, त्यांना अनुदान दिलं जाईल, वेगळ्या प्रकारची सुविधा पुरवली जाईल, लँड, लेबर, कॅपिटल. will be provided. All licensing will be done by the government for them, but they are invited either from nation or from abroad and telling them you come and produce and may consume in India or you may export out of the country. So उसे दो जगह के एडवांटेजेस है. इंडिया में अच्छे क्वालिटी प्रोडक्ट मिलेंगे, सस्ते मिलेंगे, और दूसरा एडवांटेज है कि ज्यादा उत्पादन होगा इंडिया में, वो बाहर एक्सपोर्ट होगा, उस वजह से फॉरेन करेंसी इंडिया में आएगी और आपका जो ट्रेड डिफिसिट कहते हैं वो कम होते जाएगा, जिससे आपके बजट के ऊपर जो बोझ आता है वो भी हल्का हो जाए. सो प्रोडक्शन लिंक इंसेंटिव स्कीम is a very good initiative which this particular government has started, though it is started due to corona and lower growth and higher inflation on all the other economic factors, but it is likely to stay next 5 to 10 years, and whenever another government will also come, they will have to take the care of this particular production link incentive scheme. Now e-learning, अभी आप जो मेरा लेक्चर सुन रहे हैं, मुझे याद है कि 3 साल पहले अगर हरीश सर ऑर्गेनाइज करते थे तो अपना सेमिनार हॉल में बहुत बड़े स्तर पे स्टेज पे माइक लगा के सामने सब हल्ला गुल्ला करते हैं तो भी हमारा लेक्चर चालू रहता है. ऐसे सिनेरियो में लेक्चर देना पड़ता था. लेकिन आज मैं लेक्चर डिलीवर कर रहा हूँ, मुझे शांति है और मुझसे ज्यादा आपको शांति है क्योंकि आप सुन रहे हैं कि नहीं सुन रहे ये मुझे पता नहीं चल रहा है. बट आई एम नोइंग वेल दैट VK Birla College students are most serious students, most educated students, and they appreciate the lectures of good lecturers. So e-learning, this is one part of e-learning, webinar, seminar, other we used to call physical seminar, now it is a webinar or lecture series in e-mode. Now there is an ample scope. Here you should not look toward this particular e-learning platform which is provided sufficient funds in this particular budget, and not only for delivering lecture to the student, but who will prepare the contents of the lectures, who will manufacture the e-books, who will, can you imagine that in 7-8 video cassette of the subject, you can cover the whole subject and give that capsule to the student so that he can prepare in leisure hour, at night hour at his home. Morning he may be doing working, evening he will go at home, go through the e-contents and appear for the exam and may bring good result. So content development है, हार्डवेयर की जरूरी है इंडिया को, बाद में दोनों तरफ से कंटेंट होने चाहिए. हार्डवेयर इज रिक्वायर्ड फ्रॉम बोथ द साइड. At institutional level also hardware is required, at students level also hardware is required. Then only there will be proper matching between the teaching on the one side and learning on the other side. So learning, content development, e-books, आगे जाके आपको फिजिकल लाइब्रेरी पीछे बाजू घूम के नहीं जाना पड़ेगा, आप सिर्फ लैपटॉप पे क्लिक करके बिरला कॉलेज लाइब्रेरी पूरी सर्व कर सकते हैं, मंगता बुक ई फॉर्म में रीड कर सकते हैं और रिटर्न भी कर सकते हैं. So that much advancement is possible in the years to come because good amount of money is kept aside for this e-learning, e-content development, e-books, e-libraries, e-research and development, all in e-form. आप M.Com की डिग्री लेंगे, PhD बनेंगे, वो भी शायद आगे जाके e-form में होगी कि आपको थीसिस वगैरह जाड़े देने नहीं पड़ेंगे. You just give pen drive or send on mail, they will assess it, take your interview on video conferencing and will award you a PhD degree. That scenario will come in the years to come. Then this particular budget is highlighting, as already I have told, Atmanirbhar, Make in India, Har Ghar Nal Se Jal, PLI, e-learning, digital university. Correct. This is one more important concept which has been introduced. So at present, foreign universities are also invited in India, particularly in GIFT, that is Gujarat International Financial Tech City. It is called Gujarat International Financial Tech City. The digital university will get set up, and where usually lectures and courses related to management, mathematics, science, engineering and technology, IT, they will be focused, and fintech, financial technology related, like we are here running M.Com e-commerce. So like that, some different courses, specialized courses will get developed in this digital university, and you may also afterward join the digital university and do 1 or 2 short courses or long courses. Then International Arbitration Center. It is again a new concept in India which is finding place in this budget. Earlier we used to have arbitration in Singapore, international arbitration, but now you will have that international arbitration facility within the country, and that also in Gujarat International FinTech City. So international arbitration is one more achievement of this particular budget. Then telehealth centers. Have you seen anywhere that telehealth and tele mental health checkup centers will be developed in the country? This budget has made it enabled to have the telehealth center, that on laptop itself you contact any of the doctor, get his consult, pay fees by Google Pay or ePay or by RTGS, etc., and you are getting all health facilities by sitting at home. So telehealth centers will be established by the government. Similarly, tele-mental health checkup, because of they have concluded that because of corona many were depressed, under hypertension or some other mental related issues have been cropped up, and to sort out at that, the government is organizing one telehealth checkup center, and that is also one of the achievements of this particular budget. Infra, all of you are aware that more than 35% of the last year's budget government is planning to spend in current year 6,50,000 crores only. अपन जैसे लिखते हैं ना चेक में, कभी भी 10 रुपया लिखेंगे तो भी आगे लिखते हैं ओनली या फक्त, वैसे ही यहाँ बोलना है 6,50,000 करोड़ only government is going to spend on our infrastructure related issues, which is 35% more. And if you take into account the infrastructure requirements of the other ministries which are not included in this 6,50,000 crore, then the budget goes up to 10,50,000 crores. This year the central government is also giving to state government, each state government, suppose 27 states are there in the country, each state will get 1 lakh crores as a additional fund for infrastructure development in their particular region. So total together 1 lakh crore is not a less amount that will be given to states, and they will spend for their infrastructure specific needs. असं असतं की महाराष्ट्राच्या गरजा काही वेगळ्या असतील, उत्तर प्रदेशच्या वेगळ्या असतील, गुजरातच्या वेगळ्या असतील, बिहारच्या त्याहून वेगळ्या असतील, तर त्या स्टेटला अनुसरून ज्या काही गरजा आहेत, रोडच्या असतील, पाण्याच्या असतील, इलेक्ट्रिसिटीच्या इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरच्या असतील किंवा डिजिटल इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चरच्या असतील, त्या पुरवण्याकरता म्हणून सरकारने 1 लाख करोड रुपये वेगळ्या स्टेटना द्यायचं या बजेटमध्ये प्रोव्हिजन केलेली आहे. देन देयर इज इम्पोर्ट सबस्टिट्यूशन इन डिफेन्स. Correct. In defense, 68% of the total procurement will be indigenous. This is one more achievement of this particular budget. 68% जेवढी काय मिलिटरीला आपल्या साधन सामग्री लागते, ॲक्सेसरीज लागतात, त्या सगळ्या आपल्या भारतामध्येच तयार केल्या जातील आणि ते आपली मिलिटरी त्याचा वापर करेल. त्यामुळे आपल्या ऑटोमॅटिकली इम्पोर्ट बिल जे आहे ते कमी होईल आणि आपली ट्रेड डेफिसिट कमी होऊन आपल्याकडे जास्त पैसे वापरण्याकरता उपलब्ध होतील. So import substitution 68% will be there. And do you know what is the defense budget of the country? Anybody have some idea about the size of the defense budget of the country? It is not less than 5,14,000 crores. 5,14,000 कोटी प्लस एवढं डिफेन्सचं बजेट फक्त इंडियाचं एका वर्षाचं आहे. Because we know that on one side there is one country, on the other side there is another country, all they are targeting us, and we find it very difficult, particularly in border area, to protect our borders, and that is why 5 lakh crores plus amount is allocated only for the purpose of defense in this particular budget. Then disinvestment and privatization, 65,000 crores have been kept aside only for disinvestment and privatization. The best example, Air India got privatized. LIC public issue will be there, where only 5% stake of the government is going to give it to public. फक्त गव्हर्नमेंटचा 5% हिस्सा LIC मधला लोकांना दिला जाणार आहे, आणि त्याची व्हॅल्यू किती असेल? ॲज अ कॉमर्स स्टुडंट यू शुड थिंक अबाउट दिस, की माझ्या खिशातले फक्त 5%, 100रातले 5 रुपये मी दुसऱ्याला देणार आहे, त्या बदल्यात मला किती मिळणार आहे? तर नॉट लेस दॅन 14 lakh crores I am going to get only by disinvestment of 5% stake of the LIC. and the public issue will be there, as newspaper says, in the range of 400 to 600 rupees. 320 crores shares of LIC will be distributed among the policyholders, among the public in general, financial institution. Road shows have already been started at international level to attract the foreign investors in LIC, and with that particular intention, the government has made 65,000 crores budget allocation for this. Out of that, 14-15,000 crores will easily be mopped up only by LIC public issue. Then Prime Minister Awas Yojana, there also some good amount is kept aside. Then Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme. Emergency Credit Line Guarantee Scheme is mainly developed during COVID, but it has been further extended from micro, small and medium enterprises. Gati Shakti, already I have told, 200 independent TV channels will be started to impart knowledge to the students. Teacher learning model to take the care of different languages of the different regions in the country. So 200 TV channels developed in regional languages to impart the education from first standard up to 12th standard, and for that also sufficient amount has been kept in this particular budget. Gati Shakti, already I told that 7 vibrant engines will work, and for that also all infrastructural 6,50,000 crores will be taken care of this Gati Shakti also. So these are in general the proposals which were earlier there in the mind of the government, and they are in process. What government thinking new, that I have elaborated in 17-18 points. Now just have a rapid look about, if suppose 1 rupee is there, how the government is going to spend. If 1 rupee is there, how the government is going to spend. 35% government is going to borrow. 100 रुपयातले 35 रुपये गव्हर्नमेंट कर्ज घेणार. जीएसटी विल बी 16%. 16 रुपये 100 जीएसटी तर्फे कलेक्ट केले जातील. 15 रुपीज इन्कम टॅक्स, 15 रुपीज कॉर्पोरेट टॅक्स, 7 रुपीज एक्साइज, 5 rupees non-tax revenue, 5 rupees by custom and 2 rupees by non-debt capital receipt. 100 रुपयाचं अलोकेशन बघितलं तर तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की टॅक्सचं कलेक्शन पेक्षा आपले बॉरोइंग जास्त आहे. 35 रुपये आपण बॉरो करणार आणि 16 रुपये आणि 15 रुपये आणि 15, 30 आणि 40, 46 रुपये साधारणतः आपण टॅक्स मार्फत कलेक्ट करणार. गेल्या वर्षीच्या मानाने तरी यावर्षी बॉरोइंग 1% कमी आहे. जीएसटी कलेक्शन 1% जास्त आहे. इन्कम टॅक्स 1% जास्त आहे. कॉर्पोरेट टॅक्स 2% जास्त आहे. एक्साइज 1% कमी झालाय, कारण गव्हर्नमेंटने आताच पेट्रोलियम प्रॉडक्टवरची एक्साइज ड्युटी कमी केली. तर गेल्या वेळेला जे 8% एक्साइज होतं ते यावेळेला 60% टोटल कलेक्शनच्या एक्साइजमध्ये कलेक्ट करणार. नॉन टॅक्स रेव्हेन्यू म्हणजे डिसइन्व्हेस्टमेंट वगैरे, आधी गेल्या वर्षीचं टार्गेट 1,25,000 कोटीचं होतं, यावेळेला 65,000 कोटीचं केलेलं आहे, तिथे 1% कमी केलाय. कस्टम गेल्या वेळेला कमी होते कोरोना पिरियडमुळे, ओनली 3% वी वर trying to collect by way of custom duty. This year it has been enhanced to 5 because we are going pre-COVID level. And non-debt capital receipt, earlier we had a target of 5 rupees. This budget we have kept a target of only 2 rupees. How we are going to spend? 20 only on interest payment. आमच्या सीएच्या ऑफिसमध्ये पण आम्ही जेव्हा लेक्चर देतो तेव्हा सांगतो की 100 रुपये आपल्याकडे आले टॅक्स मार्फत, त्यातले 20 रुपये आपलं कर्जाचं व्याज देण्यामध्ये जातात, मुद्दल नाही. मुद्दल अजून वेगळंच आहे. तर फक्त व्याज देण्याकरता आपण 20 रुपये खर्च करतो, आणि त्याकरता व्याज देण्याकरता सुद्धा आपल्याला व्याजावर कर्ज घ्यायला लागतं. तर 35 रुपयाचं कर्ज घेऊन 20 रुपये आपण व्याज देतो, आणि 15 रुपये जे राहतात ते कदाचित आपण मुद्दल करता वापरत असू, असं गृहीत धरूया. देन स्टेट टॅक्स कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन 17%, सेंट्रल सेक्टर स्कीम्स 15%, फायनान्स कमिशन ग्रँट्स ड्युटीज एक्सेट्रा 10%, सेंट्रली स्पॉन्सर्ड स्कीम्स 9%, other expenses 9%, defense 8%, and subsidies 8%, and pension, very important thing in this budget. पेन्शन करता प्रोव्हिजन कमी केलेली आहे. तर तुमच्यासारख्या स्टुडंटनी आता याच्या पुढे निर्णय घेतला पाहिजे की आपल्याला गव्हर्नमेंट नोकरी मिळण्याची शक्यता फार कमी आहे, तर जिथे पेन्शन आपल्याला नसेल त्या ठिकाणीच काम करायला लागेल. बिकॉज लास्ट इयर गव्हर्नमेंट मेड ए प्रोव्हिजन ऑफ 5% ऑफ द एक्सपेंडिचर ऑन पेन्शन. This year they have reduced from 5% directly by 1% to 4%. म्हणायला 5 रुपयाचे 4 रुपये केले 100 मध्ये, पण ऍब्सोल्यूट टर्म मध्ये बघायला गेलं तर काही हजार कोटीचं प्रोव्हिजन पेन्शन करता या बजेटमध्ये कमी केलेली आहे. सो इट इज अ वॉर्निंग टू द यंगस्टार्स that don't depend on government job where comfortably you will get the pension after your retirement of 58 age or 60 age, but you have to continuously struggle in your life to get your remuneration and make a provision out of your earning for your future financial requirements after the age of 40, 50 and 60. So with this brief, total collection of the government revenue is 39,45,000 crores. When I deliver this type of lecture or always tell to the student, don't look toward this big number. हे ढगासारखे मोठे मोठे नंबर तुम्हाला दिसतील. जसं एक स्लोगन आहे की vision without action. Listen, vision without action doesn't give any result. Vision without action doesn't give any result. Action without vision means vision without action is merely a dream. जसं आपण स्वप्न बघतो की भारताचा US झालेला असेल, तर विजन विदाउट ऍक्शन इज जस्ट अ ड्रीम. ऍक्शन विदाउट विजन इट जस्ट पासेस द टाइम. करेक्ट? बट व्हेन विजन अँड ऍक्शन बोथ गोज टुगेदर, then something creative happens in the world. So this particular budget is drafted in such a fantastic manner that vision and action, if it correlates throughout the year, then definitely some sizable gain we will find by way of this particular budget. तर ढगासारख्या मोठ्या आकड्यांकडे तुम्ही जाऊ नका. 39,45,000 कोटी एवढा खर्च सरकार करणार आहे. पण तेच मी मुलांना सांगतो की त्याला भारताचं 140 कोटी पॉप्युलेशनने डिवाइड करा, भागा, म्हणजे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की आपलं बजेट जे आहे ते फक्त पर पर्सन 28,180 रुपयाचं आहे. 28,179 रुपीज पर पर्सन इज ओनली दी बजेट साईज. त्याला परत 12ने डिवाइड करा तर महिन्याचं बजेट एका व्यक्ती करता देशाने किती केलं, तर ते आहे फक्त 2,348 रुपये. आणि एका दिवसाकरता किती केलं ते म्हणायचं असेल तर ते येतं फक्त 78 ते 79 रुपये. तर तुम्ही म्हणाल या देशाला 39 कोटी 45 लाख रुपये एवढे मोठी अमाऊंट दाखवून आपल्या व्यक्तिगत लेवलला एका व्यक्तीला पर डे याचे प्लस किंवा मायनस किती प्रमाणामध्ये होत असेल, तर फक्त एक 100ची नोट, याच्या पलीकडे तुमचं बजेट जाणार नाही. So budget at macro level is for the country as a whole, 140 crores population of the country. But at lower level, at individual level, it comes down only to the level of 80 to 100 rupees. So that factor you have to keep. And then all economists say that is a very big budget, very big size budget. Don't be under that impression. According to my perception, it is a very low size budget. At least one individual should have a budget of 500 rupees. So 500 per day multiplied by 30, so you will get month, multiplied by 12 you will get year, multiplied by 140 crores population you will get the country's budget. This 70-60 rupees per student budget Birla College may be preparing for you, correct, only for education. But here, including education, defense, infrastructure, all together, our per person per day budget is only of 70 to 80 rupees. That point you note. Now I'm not taking too much of your time, because I know I'm already exceeding the time. Rapidly we will go for income tax. There are no much more changes, so I'm not wasting my too much time. Only 2 points I would like to tell you that cryptocurrency, many are crazy about cryptos. आमच्याकडे आर्टिकल इंटरव्ह्यूला आले तरी आम्हाला विचारतात की तुम्ही क्रिप्टोमध्ये इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करता का. करेक्ट? हल्ली काळ फार बदललेला आहे, आपल्या पुढे आमचे स्टुडंट आहे. करेक्ट? तर क्रिप्टो म्हणजे काय त्याचं स्पेलिंग पण स्टुडंटना माहीत नसतं, पण ते म्हणतात तुम्ही क्रिप्टोमध्ये तुमच्याकडे इन्व्हेस्टमेंट चालते का, मग त्याचे फायदे काय, त्याचे नुकसान काय, कशी इन्व्हेस्टमेंट करतात, किती प्रमाणामध्ये ग्रोथ होतो वगैरे वगैरे. तर सरकारने क्रिप्टो हे ऑफिशियली परमिट केलेलं नाहीये. इट इज नॉट ए लीगल टेंडर मनी इन इंडिया, अँड देअरफॉर दोज हू विल मेक प्रॉफिट बाय selling the cryptocurrency, on that 30% tax government is going to collect, highest tax rate. Normal tax rate असतो 5%, 10%, 20% वगैरे, पण क्रिप्टो करता हायेस्ट टॅक्स रेट ठेवलेला आहे की जे 1 लाख रुपयाचे क्रिप्टो 10 लाख रुपयाला विकतील आणि 9 लाख रुपये फायदा होईल, त्यांना 9 लाख रुपयावरती 30%, फक्त 2,70,000 रुपये गव्हर्नमेंटला टॅक्स भरायला लागेल. करेक्ट? सो दिस इज अ व्हेरी गुड स्टेप विच गव्हर्नमेंट हॅज टेकन to reduce the speculation in the crypto and unnecessary diverting your money in risky asset like crypto. But government has not tagged it as a crypto. Government has tagged it as a digital currency. All sorts of digital currencies, including your non-fungible token. हे कॉमर्सच्या स्टुडंटना इंटरव्ह्यूला गेले तर विचारणार, NFT चा फुल फॉर्म काय, डिजिटल करन्सी म्हणजे काय, क्रिप्टो म्हणजे काय, क्रिप्टोचे इतर भाऊबंधांची काय थोडीफार नावं माहिती आहेत का तुम्हाला? तर या दृष्टीने तुम्ही इंटरव्ह्यू करता सुद्धा तयारी करायला पाहिजे. सो NFT मीन्स व्हॉट? नॉन फंजिबल टोकन, क्रिप्टो or any digital asset which you are buying and selling and making any profit on that, you are supposed to pay 30% tax to the government. This is one of the important in taxation. Then 2 years return you can file, updated returns can be filed within 2 years from the end of assessment year. Those who want to make career in taxation, they may look towards this budget only taxation point of view and may have some changes in GST. There are some changes in income tax. There are some changes in excise and custom. All you must be aware of when you are doing courses like CA, ICWA or CMA, company secretary or MBA. Because MBA and you go for interview, they may ask you some question about excise. They may ask you some question about custom. They may ask you something about GST and latest changes in the budget incorporated in relation to GST. So as time is the limiting factor, I am not covering all this point, but very good creative each and every aspect in relation to taxation has also been covered in this particular budget. Now corona impact, all of you are knowing well that corona मुळे महागाई वाढलेली आहे, अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट वाढलेली आहे, सगळ्यांची परिस्थिती एकदम खराब झालेली आहे. याच्यामध्ये आपलं पुढचं सर्व्हायव्हल कसं होणार याची एक भीती आहे. तरी सुद्धा या बजेटमुळे तुम्हाला एक आशावाद निर्माण होईल. देशामध्ये एक आश्वासक व्यक्तिमत्व आपल्याला मिळालेलं आहे आणि त्याची टीम जी आहे ती आपल्याकरता कार्यरत आहे. त्यामुळे तुम्हाला कोरोनामधनं बाहेर आल्यानंतर भरपूर उद्योगाच्या संधी उपलब्ध होतील, रोजगार उपलब्ध होईल, पर कॅपिटा इन्कम वाढेल, ग्रोथ पूर्वीच्या लेवलवरती जाईल, कंझ्युमर गुड्स आणि नेसेसिटीज, लक्झरीज आणि कम्फर्ट हे रिझनेबल दरामध्ये तुम्हाला उपलब्ध होतील. या सगळ्या गोष्टींची काळजी या बजेटमध्ये केलेली आहे. सो कोरोनाचा इम्पॅक्ट कमीत कमी पुढे कसा होईल, कोरोना गेल्यानंतर ची परिस्थिती देशाची कशी असेल याचा विचार करून हे पर्टिक्युलर बजेट बनवलेलं आहे. नाउ विच आर द स्ट्रेंथ्स ऑफ दिस बजेट? इन्फ्रास्ट्रक्चर, प्रायव्हेटायझेशन, नो मच मोर सबसिडीज, digital banks in 25 districts, 75 districts will have 75 digital banks centers. Then core banking, after all, certainty in personal tax, no brought forward losses benefit in search and unaccounted money cases. प्राईम मिनिस्टर आवास योजनेचा दायरा अजून 1 वर्ष वाढवलेला आहे 31 मार्च 2023 पर्यंत. तसेच प्रोडक्शन लिंक इन्सेंटिव्ह जे नवीन उत्पादन वगैरे करणारे त्यांच्याकरता कालमर्यादा सुद्धा 31 मार्च 23 च्या बदली 31 मार्च 24 केलेली आहे, जेणेकरून त्या सगळ्या संधींचा फायदा करून घेतील. Which are the standard 1 or 2 weaknesses? Though there are many, I am only highlighting 2. Inflationary, कुठलंही बजेट असेल त्यांनी महागाई वाढणार हे विद्यार्थ्यांनी जाणून घेतलं पाहिजे. सेकंड, लेस अलोकेशन फॉर एज्युकेशन अँड हेल्थ. प्रायमरी आणि सेकंडरी आणि हायर एज्युकेशन मिळून 1,42,000 कोटी फक्त तरतूद केलेली आहे. ही आमच्या इकॉनॉमिस्टच्या दृष्टीने फार कमी तरतूद आहे. त्यातले 63 lakh crores for primary education and 40 lakh crores for higher education government has planned, which is not sufficient. There no direct benefit to middle class. आपल्यासारख्या मध्यमवर्गीयांना या बजेटपासून डायरेक्ट बेनिफिट काय दिलेला नाही. आणि आताच तुम्हाला सांगितलं की पर पर्सन 100 रुपये दिवसाला एवढंच प्लस मायनस या बजेटमुळे तुमच्या रोजच्या व्यवहारामध्ये होऊ शकेल. नो डायरेक्ट मेन्शन ऑफ जनरेशन ऑफ एम्प्लॉयमेंट बाय डिफरंट मीन्स बट विल जनरेट 60 lakh new jobs by infra spending. Less spending on revenue when more on capital. कॅपिटल वरती सरकार जेव्हा जास्त खर्च करणार तेव्हा रेव्हेन्यू वरती ऑटोमॅटिकली कमी खर्च केला जातो. आणि आत्ताचा कॅपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर जो असतो तो संभाव्यामध्ये पुढे जाऊन तो मेंटेन करण्याकरता जास्त रेव्हेन्यूची तरतूद करायला लागेल याचा विचार या बजेटमध्ये केलेला नाही. समजा तुम्ही एखादा फर्निचर घेतलं, फर्निचर घेताना 50,000 रुपये खर्च केले, पण ते 50,000 रुपयाचं फर्निचर 3 वर्ष 5 वर्ष 10 वर्ष जर तुम्हाला टिकवायचं असेल तर त्याच्यावरती वर्षाला 500 रुपये खर्च करायला लागतो. पेंटिंग करा, डिझाईन करा, ग्लास बसवा, मेंटेन करा, अपकीप ठेवा, रिपेअर करा. त्याची तरतूद या बजेटमध्ये केलेली नाही, जास्त प्रमाणात केलेली नाही. विच आर दी अपॉर्च्युनिटीज? $5 trillion economy likely to come. Advantages if demographic dividend, youngsters कडनं जेवढं जास्तीत जास्त काम करून घेता येईल तेवढं देशाने करून घेतलं पाहिजे. Aspirations of millions of the people, millennium generation or Z generation which we call, those who born after 1995 up to 2005 या पिरियड मध्ये जे जन्मले ते फार डायनॅमिक डॅशिंग विद्यार्थी आहेत असं गृहीत धरून त्याचा जास्तीत जास्त फायदा देशाला कसा होईल, ब्रेन ड्रेन कमी होऊन ब्रेन गेन कसा होईल याचा विचार या बजेटमध्ये जास्त प्रमाणात केलेला नाही. रिफॉर्म्स इन टेलिकॉम, बँकिंग अँड इन्शुरन्स यू विल फाइंड. Vaccinated population is one more strength and opportunity by this particular budget. Now, because corona effect is sliding, going down, no much more provision is made for health also. Which are the challenges? Petroleum international prices is a challenge. $93 per barrel is the today's rate. And because of that, Fed is going to increase the rate in US. That will also have repercussion in India. FDI and FPI uncertainty is there. फॉरेन लोक टेम्पररी पैसे आणतात, फायदा करून लगेच इकडनं पैसे परत घेऊन जातात, त्यामुळे भारताला कायम गरीब राहायला लागतं. रुपये व्हॅल्यू आता 74 आहे, ती 80 पर्यंत 4-5 वर्षामध्ये नक्की जाईल. रायझिंग ओल्ड एज अँड ओव्हरऑल पॉप्युलेशन, ओल्ड एज लोकांच्या समस्या दिवसेंदिवस वाढत जातील, त्याकरता या बजेटमध्ये काही सुविधा केलेली नाही. हाय मेडिकल स्पेंडिंग, लॅक ऑफ सोशल सिक्युरिटी मेजर्स, लिमिटेड एम्प्लॉयमेंट अपॉर्च्युनिटीज, there are some challenges which our macroeconomy is facing, and all that is getting reflected. No separate provision has been made for these areas which are very, very important for sustainable growth in the country. Now, which are the sunrise opportunities? विद्यार्थ्यांकरता महत्त्वाचं काय की आम्ही करिअर कशामध्ये बनवायला पाहिजे, तर हे बजेट सांगतं की you should make the career in artificial intelligence and machine learning. Then this budget says you make a career in geopatical system and drones, geography and mapping, याच्यामध्ये करिअरच्या संधी उपलब्ध होतील. Genomics and pharma, study of genes, that will be another area which is developing. Green energy, hydronuclear, याच्यामध्ये करिअरच्या संबंधी जास्त होतील. Clean mobility, charging swap, charging station, EV models of car and scooters, all you may be riding at present also, but 1 or 2 experts told me that you wait, you will get the EV model at cheaper rate by 2025, 26. Don't hastily go for buying EV models of car and scooters because still the infrastructure under progress. Once the infrastructure is made ready, then only you go for EV models of scooters, bikes and cars. So, but clean mobility system, lot of job opportunities will be there. Reduce emission and carbon pollution. Then sustainable development, solar opportunities are there. Semiconductors and its ecosystem, and use of copper and aluminium in industries to make zinc, nickel, lead, lithium, carbon emission, low carbon, etc. So with this few words, we will say that this budget is a very creative budget, progressive budget. Lot of efforts have put by the team of our finance department of the country, finance ministry of the country, and this particular budget has been prepared. Now at college level and to particular dear students, what I can say on the by reading and assessing all this budget related aspect, I can say only in 2 lines that वक्त की पुकार है, तूफानों से झुंझो, कब तक चलोगे किनारे किनारे. वक्त की पुकार आहे. एका दुसऱ्या पार्ट मध्ये मी सांगितलं की जोरदार वादळ चालू आहे, तुफान आलेलं आहे आणि तुमची बोट किंवा मोट समुद्राच्या मध्यभागी आहे, तर तुम्ही काय करायला पाहिजे, तर तुमचे प्रयत्न कायम चालू ठेवायला पाहिजे. तुमची जी काय मोट आहे ती कायम वलवत राहायला पाहिजे आणि वादळ कधी शांत होईल त्याची प्रतीक्षा केली पाहिजे. पण असं तुम्ही म्हणून चालणार नाही की मी प्रयत्न करणार नाही, तुमचे बोट जी आहे ती वळवणारच नाही, तर अल्टिमेटली तुम्हाला डेथ इज ओनली दी सोल्युशन. सो विथ दिस आई वुड से दैट तूफानों से झुंझो, कब तक चलेंगे किनारे किनारे. Thank you very much for your patience listening. I hand over this session to Harish sir now. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much, sir. Indeed, it was a wonderful session. I can see a lot of clappings coming on screen, and I'm also very much happy that the students have also not left the meeting in between, sir.
Yeah.
There were 217 students at the beginning, and till now also, maybe because of some network issue or something, still there are 200 students. So that indicates the kind of energy put in by you and the lecture, the interest of the lecture which was going on. So really, I am very much thankful to you for making this session very interesting for all our students. And thank you, students, for taking such keen interest. It motivates me to organize such lectures for you all. Because had you not responded the way you have responded today, I would have never thought of arranging such lectures. So thank you very much. Now I request Lavina madam to make the presenters also. They can, if they want, they can ask any question, or otherwise we can propose vote of thanks. So Lavina madam, please make them enable mic and camera if we can.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. On it. So we have already enabled the mic.
कॉलेज का चैनल है.
Yes, now I request the students, if they have any
I think
queries.
it is not yet done, madam. Just check, because I'm using another ID and I'm not able to.
Yes, sir, checking.
Make it everyone. Everyone can unmute themselves.
Yes, sir, it is done.
Yeah,
It is done.
Yeah,
Yes,
it is.
yes.
So students, if you want, you can ask questions. You will not get Phadke sir every day. It is very difficult to get sir. And as rightly introduced by madam, sir is also having a firm, Sarvodaya Investments. And I have requested sir also, sir, can we request you to accommodate some of our students also as an article or as a what you say, internship. So sir has agreed for that also, and in future also we will keep on requesting sir to conduct more guest lectures for you all. Students, you are free to ask, otherwise we will go for a vote of thanks.
Sir, may I, Aarti More?
Yeah, please, Aarti.
Good evening, respected sir. Sir, माझा एक प्रश्न आहे की I was about to ask all the points, but तुम्ही सगळे इतक्या छानपणे cover केले, so I don't have any point to ask now. But the only thing, sir, when we take lecture, lot of students have this query, ma'am, CA कसं चालू करायचं, कधी अभ्यास चालू करायचा. So I request sir, तुम्ही तर like epitome of knowledge आहे, तर एक सेशन असा ठेवा की मुलांना like start कुठून करायचं, FY is the right time, SY is the right time, and how to start and how whom to contact. एक असा सेशन असा जर भेटला सर तर खूप 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 हेल्पफुल होईल.
Yes, we will definitely organize this type of session in collaboration with Kalyan Dombili CA Institute chapter and WRC, Western India Regional Council.
Yeah,
But the right time to think about CA course is the 10th. Once you give your 10th standard exam, you should plan that I want to be CA as early as possible, so that you automatically will go for commerce 11th and 12th, then entrance examination, then IPCC examination, and then final examination. There are some bright students of Birla College, they have completed their CA during their graduation. Means the moment they completed their BCom, next within 6 months they become chartered accountants also. That type of planning is also possible for desirous students.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
But those who are desirous should plan from 10th standard. 10th standard onward, 11th, 12th, the process should start, so that they will have good focused on their studies of basics of 11th and 12th, which is helpful up to final CA.
Yeah. Yeah. Lavina madam, we can go for vote of thanks because sir has also to go.
Thank you, sir. Now I would request Mrs. Pooja Shinde ma'am to propose vote of thanks. Pooja ma'am.
Thank you, Anita ma'am. Good evening, one and all. I, Ms. Pooja Shinde, on behalf of BK Birla Knight College, would like to express my heartfelt thanks to our today's guest of speaker, CACD Phadke sir, who gave his vital time from his busy schedule to grace the meeting. We have been fortunate to have a renowned identity from academics, industry, and other areas. We are really enlightened with your knowledge, sir. I must mention our deep sense of appreciation for the analysis of budget and giving an insight details about various schemes. Sir, as you said, action and vision are needed for creative things. So, as per that, sir, we are looking for the more sessions like this. Further, I would like to express our sincere thanks to our principal, Dr. Harish Dubey sir, for the perfect support and the guidance he has extended to all of us. An event like this cannot happen overnight. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very proactive and dedicated staff of our institution. So I would like to express my thanks to all my colleagues. Last but not the least, I would like to thank all my dear students for attending the session and making it a huge success. Thank you once again for this interactive session. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you all the students. Thank you very much.